Andre Ellington, his first carry. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Jameis to throw it. And this one's incomplete. Jordan Leggett the target there, but now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Panthers now under head coach Ron Rivera. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
Cam has all the skills that you're looking for. The arm that can do everything, the ability to run, hard to bring down because of his size. But the joy that he plays the game, I think that's his stock in trade. That's his calling card. That's what sets him apart from other players.
Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Inside give to Arma, the fullback, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Look at this unit like we are now. Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
Now Artis Payne. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. We'll look now at our starting defense. And they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Artis Payne. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
They'll run it with Artis Payne, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Back to throw, Newton. He may try and run for this. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Ellington, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there, 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Artis Payne. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for Artis Payne a week ago. 18 carries, 56 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Looking deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. To throw is Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. Winston now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. On the ground, Ellington. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's brought down by Shaq Thompson.
On 2nd and 9, Winston.
At the 37-yard line.
And this is caught by Evans. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 5. And the Buccaneers 1st down.
3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st down, they go with Barber again. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Winston now from the 50. And this is incomplete. Jordan Leggett, the tight end, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they're coming off a 3-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Newton now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Winston going to get this out to Evans. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now Newton.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing again is Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Newton throwing again. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. To the air again, Newton. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to this season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Holyfield. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take out too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now a throw right side, taken in here to start this drive. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing, Winston. He's going to fire one. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this was going the other way.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they got 40 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
In this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback or tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Here for Holyfield, and an alley to run.
And that one's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think early downs like that first down there need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They run with Holyfield. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. They'll run with a fullback Arma. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And down he goes at the 49. The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had to fit right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum to play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone. Touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down, Buccaneers.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Let's go. A gain of 22 yards.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball. Just did there.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Perriman, but now it'll be 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Winston now. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
They went with the time defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
For the Buccaneers, a 51-yard attempt.
The Gay knocks this one through, and that will tie things up at 6-6. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take that for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we got them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And the Panthers coming out now. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
That would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity to push it down. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into half.
Tackle made by Justin Evans.
No gain on the play. At the 24-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton floating one incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And it's third down. They come up the line. 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. This time, stay on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Polari now on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 2nd and 12, Winston. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It keeps it here with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what
time we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A chance to break a tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
It's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. Dialed up. That'll give them an advantage to move the ball down.
Let's find out what they have dialed up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Second and 10, Newton again. Smith has it. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Newton over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
They got the team together there. Breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 32-yard line. This time to the tailback. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. Second and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he's going to find Hogan here, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down. The tackle's made at the Bucs 18. Newton now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. It's caught, Smith. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That was 14 yards, another first. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it third and goal. Here's Newton. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and that's what puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you can't score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, will come back and haunt them later on.
Out comes the offense onto the field once more, led by O.J. Howard. And we peek at some of his work from this game where he's nearing 100 yards.
And haven't we gotten pretty close in this game nowadays in the NFL to almost taking labels off of the tight end position? These guys now can be the number 1 option in an offense, and that never used to be the case. So now how do you even match up with them? Cornerback, safety, linebacker, all 3 will have deficiencies against the best tight ends in the game.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 31.
Here's Ellington. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Now whistles here before the snap. Looks like one of the Bucs may have moved. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. And manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. They go play action. Winston. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down, Tampa Bay.
You got nothing there. You got nothing.
On play action, Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Winston. And Watson has it, right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run here with Barber. Dontari Poe in on the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
The pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
Jameis to throw it. He finds his target. It's Evans. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
A 53-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up alive. The big fella. The 40. 20. 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Try to power it in with Arma, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there.
Defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Newton now to throw. And the Panthers in for the score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Winston. Hard throw, incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Levante David in on the tackle. Gives it to the first man through, the fullback Arma. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the air now with Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd and 10, Newton stepping up. He'll try and run. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Good open field tackling there, a 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36, Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
Mike 54. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
On 3rd down, Newton. The open man is Smith. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 26 yards.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Cam fakes the give and keeps it.
Check 26, check 26.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Undercrush, undercrush.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Hey, you don't want to see me.
Out of the gun, Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And this is caught by Evans. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's make these babies cry.
From the gun, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
It's 2nd down and 10.
This is Ellington. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Newton. Rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 3rd and long. It's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field to start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Check curls, check curls, check.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Buccaneers.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And his throw is incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw is Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 45 on second down, Newton.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Newton and Olsen here with a connection. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his first touchdown of the new season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Winston. And he slings one that's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Winston. He completes it to Evans. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Here's Winston. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Throwing again on second down. Winston. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Able to shake, and Winston lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Here's Michael Pilardi now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Panthers, they at least get the win here to earn a split of